Bronny can go in front of ESPN.
Nigga, my mama gonna go to war, nigga. I don't give a fuck how old she is or how old I am. So if I got a pops, that nigga gonna do this. Well, he better do this. That's right.
Yeah. But now we're opening the door for all of these parents to start coming out and protecting their kids.
If you think that's bad, wait till you see Shedeur.
Right, it's about to get
Deion already
none of that. We all saw what we saw. You know what we saw.
That's elementary school.
No.
That's all
like, when you a teammate, he push him like, man, like, let's go. He push him like, get off of me. Get off of me. Get off me. No, don't touch me. Was it worth the $30,000? Now? In the moment.
In that moment.
You was up. You remember? Was it bingo night? Or was it? 44. You know what we doing this show, boy. We flow, boy. But I'm gonna keep it high level. This is gonna just give you the beats. And I give you my opinion at the end on all of these topics. But what's going on, the core issue, is the carriage rights fee.
First of all, start off the right way. Exactly. Let me start out like this. This is why I'm broke and you got money. This whole Dak Prescott saga.
What are those? On the field, I got metric after metric. He's a winner. Okay, he's number one in all categories for the Dallas Cowboys first 5 seasons. Off the field, unquestionable character. Like, the only thing you got on Dak Prescott is,
I am undefeated. Oh, come on. And me playing basketball, and I just want to light up.
Oh, he's getting up.
And show, yeah, we doing this for real. This is what I do. I want to go rebound.
Don't rebound. This one?
Cut that up. I got a match. This boy, it's wet time. That's what I do.
I still don't know why this is a pick, except exceptional play by the defender. Look at that. 2 dudes reaching, and then he comes between them and say, let me split this bunk bed. And I'm out of here. Shotgun snap, slips. Oh, that's ugly. Sack on your first play ever in the NFL. Y'all know your nightmares came true. You're like, God dang. Oh, yeah, this ain't it. Look at this blitz right here.
I mean, he only knows so much what he's reading off stats, off paper. I mean, everything's good on paper. But I would always love to hear it from a player because they play the game.
What about a journalist? Like, being real, NARPs are journalists. Like, you're from that pool, right? So imagine somebody just said, you didn't play the game. I don't want to hear it.
She would have a living room full of people at about 10 p.m. probably every other Friday or Saturday. Come up here and I already know what they want, and I got to sing whatever song I got.
Did you say song. Sing, not rap? You said sing, huh?
Sing. Yeah, they ain't trying to hear no rap. They ain't trying to hear no rap. Yeah.
You think you can do something with that? Hey man, Michael Jordan too light in the tail.
Okay, you know what, big dog?
Yes. I ain't light in the tail. If you want some of this, let's go one-on-one right now. Let's get
Everyone's playing the hits, but I'm a DJ. And one thing I know from my DJing experience is that you don't just play the hits. You play things that people haven't found out about yet. Discovery. Not up to me. I don't have this ego where I'm a buck, talk trash, and be like, yo, I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm gonna be like this. All right, I got enough talent. I got enough belief in me. I know what I want to do. Yep, let me go do it. Wah, wah, wah. What's cracking like and jacking from the back end to the Mac and Jesus up? Yes, Weez is up. It is Friday morning, and I know how Thursday became the new weekend, and I know that Friday is difficult and tough for y'all to get up out of the bed, but love for y'all for rocking with your boy, getting up and doing this damn thizzle. Love to everybody out there who's rocking with hydration situation. And make sure you like this video right now. Get that out the way. Subscribe to the channel. Become a member. And hit the super chat. And who's going to be the first one in the chat that names what's different about what you see right now? There's something different about what you see right here, right now. And I need you to break that down. Somebody get in that chat and say, oh, I didn't see that before. Let's go get that. Love to everybody. We're going to talk about the headline story. Iverson, who warned young LeBron. Allen Iverson told LeBron others in 2005 about the media and how they were going to flip-flop on him and try to kill him. And guess who he told that to? Yeah, buddy. Dan Batard has a message to his fans. Why Stugotz is no longer on the show. Name on the show. All things about Stugotz gone. We're going to listen to that. Rich Paul, Max Kellerman. They're going to talk about why the media builds you up and breaks you down. Who knows better than those guys? One in the media, one as an agent with the biggest client in NBA history. Yes, I said it, because he's a billionaire active athlete. Whitlock, Stephen A. Smith talk about identity, nationality versus race, all kind of things. To get spicy chicken nuggets on that. The Knicks accept the White House invitation, and you know that comes with complications. We got 1,001 million topics today. I can't even start or finish where we're really going to go. So just ride with your boy. Let's get into this. First of all, we got to have the right energy. So if we're going to go to New York City because the Knicks had their parade after 53 years, this is what I want to see. Hello. Hey, now watch. He going to break this down. Y'all know if y'all been in New York before, y'all seen this cat. Look at this dude. Watch what he hit this thing. I don't know what kind of, hey, hey. Oh, my body could never. In the league, I couldn't pull that off. Blah, blah, blah. That's the energy we got to have today. Man, you know he down by the bodega getting it in. So if you going to New York, son, first thing you got to have is, you got to show up with your kicks, B. So you got the Jordans coming out, Jordan brand celebrating the Knicks championship with a Knicks Air Jordan 3 pre-order. Come on, dog. Admit it. I know those Ewings were the best. If you really want to rock some Knicks outfits, you throw on them old Ewings. Yo, I still got them upstairs. Insane. Sometimes when you wear them, though, the glue come off in the bottom of the sole. You got to go get them fixed. All that stuff. Yeah, they're too old. But, yeah, those are insane. Yeah? Yeah, I mean? Yeah, Shan? Look at that. Yeah. They look dope. Give them what they, oh, God. I feel like I'm watching Do the Right Thing right now. Yo, he stepped on your sneakers. How much they cost? $100. $108 with tax. Yo, son. Y'all remember that movie? Oh, my God, I will fight. No, I wouldn't actually, but boy, you be wanting to whoop somebody's head. So now you got on your fresh kicks. You know you're going to see Mr. Zesty out there. Life is good as a New Yorker, ain't it? This is what it looks like, they said, with the spinning wheel. There's hell to pay. This is the subway. It ain't moving. You know how you get off the subway and you be in that hot-ass hallway? They say it ain't moving. So now you stuck. But you know why you really going. You're going because you know how New York can get. No other place is like New York outside, especially when the weather's nice. Be real. This is what you're going to see. Yo, look at this. This is bigger than Dick Clark's New Year's Eve rocking with, what's the dude that does every show now? I forget his name. That's crazy. Oh! Come on, man. Look at that. Jesus. People, it look like, y'all ain't going to take this the right way, but it look like Planet of the Apes. I knew y'all going to take it the wrong way, damn it. It look like just animals everywhere. Look, I mean, people. Like they are, that's not legal. Two, that's kind of dangerous. But how'd you get up there? Yo, son, I tell you, Knicks in 5. I mean, New Yorkers are just New Yorkers. I mean, you imagine the amount of must, how much deodorant they need to sell to get that place? Oh, my God. So everybody acting a donkey out there, you know what I'm saying? Oh, happy Juneteenth. That's today, right? Well, yeah, on Juneteenth Eve, we saw black men sucking white toes. Hey, I've seen so many wild videos. I seen this one dude, I was going to show it, but how many do I show? You know what I mean? I saw this one dude, literally, he passed out, and it was a black dude. A white lady went to save him. Not resuscitate him, but like wake him up and all that. She didn't have to give him CPR and mouth to mouth, but he woke up, and he looked at her, and he tried to kiss her. I was like, y'all in the zone. You know they in the zone. We got to hear it, though. I mean, if there's one person that could really bring this home for us, what it felt like to watch the Knicks parade, you know who it is.
Spike, there's a Knicks championship parade here in New York City. What does it mean to you?
This is the first I've ever been. I've never been to a parade, ever. And I'm glad it's this one.
You're on the float with the MVP. What do you say about what he's done for this organization and city?
I was worried about going to make this, be a part of this. But the Brunson family reached out to my son Jackson, so we're blessed to be here.
Enjoy it,
float.
Enjoy it, Spike.
Thank you.
Yeah, buddy. Speaking of, see, look how I did. I did that full circle. I did Do the Right Thing. I did a scene from there. You stepped on my J's, $100, $108. Who made Do the Right Thing? Spike Lee. So bring it home, Stephen A. How you feel, Mr. Knicks fan? 53 years, brother.
Stephen A., you're a lifelong Knicks fan. What does a parade today in this city mean to someone like you?
Well, it means everything from the standpoint that it's, it just represents how starving we were for a championship. It's been 53 years since the New York Knicks won a championship. 1970, 1973. There were no ticker tape parades for those Knicks then. That's why I hope Walt Clyde Frazier, Bill Bradley, and others, anybody that's alive from the 70 and 73 teams, are celebrating with these New York Knicks at the parade. They deserve it because they never had a parade.
Man, I mean, I know you got to wear your championship jacket, but admit it, it's hot. It got to be hot.
But it's millions upon millions of people that are out there and that are coming out there. It is straight bananas out here, no question about it. But that's...
Shout out to Blaze on the Rocks. Y'all see the shirt on the Rocks? Blaze went back home. He in New York. He one of them dudes out there. He one of them Planet of the...
What happens when you are not accustomed to the level of success that the New York Knicks just brought to this city and to New York fans everywhere. I waited my lifetime. And you got to remember, we all thought this would never happen. With James Dolan's stewardship over the franchise, with how moribund it had been for so long, there was so much that happened. We never dreamed that we would ultimately feel this moment and experience this moment. To see Cat out there right now with the fans, to see Jalen Brunson out there with the fans, to see the New York Knicks as legitimate champions, you just can't say enough. I can't put it into words.
Now, I could put this in words. What the police presence, is it helping? I mean, look like Cat is, I guess he got 3 on this side, 3 on that side. This is insane. Like, this is beautiful. In a good way, insane. Like, wow. What is going on? Goodness. Shout out to all those people who went out there, man, because for real, I'm not the type to go out there. I don't see any moment. I mean, the Clippers, I guess, if they won, even that, the Chargers, I'm not a parade type because I have never been the guy that if everyone's going somewhere, I'm going to go too. And that may be a weird trait of mine. I don't know. I just don't. Like when Wet Willie's was a thing in Miami, South Beach, everybody going to Wet Willie's. When we get to South Beach, we're going to land, get our scooters and go to Wet Willie's. I said, no, I'm going to get the scooter. I'm not going to Wet Willie's. Why? Everybody going to be there. I said, exactly. I don't want to go where everyone goes because usually something happens. So I've always been an avoider of where everyone goes. But that, I got FOMO. That looked amazing. Shout out to everybody who's in the building who went there. Good stuff for y'all, man. I'm proud of the New York Knicks. Now, as you know, we got to turn the page. We're going to get there, but first let's give some love to you guys, my top fans. Shout out to Stomp, of course, number 1, Master Proplex, number 2, Darian the Jedi Knight, number 3, TC210, number 4, and Rafael Ramirez, number 5. What y'all doing? We know Stomp done sent some super chats already. He said he's here, he's on the set, and he got his popcorn ready. Love, as Blaze is texting me from New York, a little ahead of L.A., obviously, so it's 8:15 or something out there. He's in the streets. I don't think he went to bed last night. That's what I think he texted me right now, but I'll read that after the show. All right, so the Knicks won, Jubilee, Kumbaya, all that. Now we got to turn the page a little bit, or at least peek on what's on the next page. Talk about it.
We're going to keep it a buck. New York Knicks shouldn't be the favorites next season, even if they are the champions. If you know basketball and you're covering basketball, you know what happened this year. You can look at this team and legitimately say the New York Knicks deserve to be the favorites coming out of the East. Without question, the New York Knicks should be the favorite to represent the Eastern Conference in next year's NBA Finals. Not the Celtics, the Knicks. I don't give a damn if Jason Tatum is healthy, okay? The Knicks and the Celtics.
He said he don't give a damn. Like, hold on, dog. You got to give a damn. I mean, it may not sway your opinion, but you got to give a damn. Come on.
Sure, but the Knicks should be the favorites, number 1. But we can't put anything against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Oklahoma City Thunder was in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals.
Stop playing.
The Oklahoma City Thunder were without J-Dub, Jalen Williams, and A.J. Mitchell.
Yeah.
Your second and third scorers. I keep reminding folks, you remember Jalen Williams? Remember J-Dub? You know, that 6'7", 6'8" off guard, small forward, can play either position, good for over 20 a night, gave you a 40-piece in the finals, one of only 2 players a couple of years ago that made an all-NBA team plus all-NBA defensive team.
Damn.
That dude, the same dude that had the hamstring injury and was injured in the playoffs, only to turn around. After doing all of that, turns around, and what does he do? He sits up there and he comes into the game and he drops 26 in the second game back.
I knew he wasn't going to last long, though. Now, hammies, some things, like Kevin Durant when he came back from the calf, we were like, you sure? Achilles. Hammies don't go away. That's why Luka just didn't even try it. Like, he could have came back, Luka, and probably dropped a 30-piece. Oh, look at Luka. And then, oh, look at Luka. He back in the training room.
Before having to go back down because the hamstring injury reoccurred. When the brother is healthy, you can't key on Shea Butter the way that they did, doubling and triple teaming them. As a result, the reigning 2-time league MVP in Shea Butter is free to get loose.
And that's why it's tough being an athlete at times, because you need that out there. You need that narrative to go out there. Oh, you got shut down. Oh, Jalen Brunson looked better against the Spurs than you did. And then you sitting there like, damn, can someone say I was without my number 2 and number 3, which meant they could triple team the number 1, which is me, which made it so much harder than Jalen Brunson had to deal with. But I don't want to make excuses. But it's a reason.
Okay, so we got to look at it from that standpoint. A.J. Mitchell, some were debating whether he was is better than Jalen Williams or not. That's how much of a stud both of them are. And they were both out. If they win, if they're healthy, they beat the Spurs in the conference finals.
Oh.
Spurs ain't in the finals.
Oh, we going there?
They beat the Spurs.
Think about it. I mean, look, in basketball, where you go 2 ways every play, and you're like, damn, you without number 2 and number 3. So 5 are starting, right? So we usually say, okay, so that's 10 points of impact. Offense and defense, 5 of you. 5 times 2 is 10. Okay, now you're without, or you got 1-1. Then you don't have 2-2. You don't have 3-3. And then you jump to 4-4. So 4 has come but 2. That's asking him to do twice as much, a 4. And then that's asking number 5 to be in a position where he got to do. It's just too much. Dog, we sitting there, we picking our teams. And then you get, talking about a snake draft. I draft. You draft. You draft again. You draft again. You draft again, and you draft again because my 2 and 3 is gone, so they just absent. You went for your 2 and 3, and then you picked up another 2 and 3 because my 2 and 3 weren't here. Oh, that's tough.
And they would have been favored over the New York Knicks. So I think because that's the reality, Oklahoma City's number 1, Knicks number 2, and then everybody else is behind them. I believe.
I know you're a New Yorker, son, and I know you got that fake backdrop right now. B, here's the real. The Spurs should be still favored over the Knicks because they're going to get into them deep analytics, the metrics that show, well, who was up most of the series or who had the bigger leads and all that. Like, all that stuff. And then you're going to say the youth is why they kept squandering their leads, whatever other reasons, coaching. But everything that contributes to why they were losing, you're going to see them mature and you're going to say them evolve and you're going to say they might be better. I think that literally being objective, that the Spurs still should be favored. I think the Knicks should be 3rd in terms of next year. OKC, then San Antonio. Look, I already flipped San Antonio, OKC. San Antonio advanced over OKC, but no. OKC is the favorite. Okay, San Antonio, you lost to the Knicks, so you should be favored over them. I mean, they should be favored over you. No. Because you guys had too many leads, too many big leads in that series, and there are too many moments we know that you guys can fix unforced errors and be better than that team. So I say it's OKC. Then I say it's San Antonio. Then I say it's the Knicks.
Right now, if you're making a prediction, it should be that the New York Knicks and the Oklahoma City Thunder will meet one another in the NBA Finals next year.
Blah. Shout out to the Twins on set. Look like they're going golfing later. They're like, whoa, really going golfing. He got the ankles out. Good Lord. Man, first take chilling now. One like that. Well, Stephen A. still suited and booted, so you know how it goes. All right, let's keep the energy high. Let's just go to other news in the NBA. A lot of talk about where Giannis is going to go, and that's about Jason Tatum, about Boston Celtics, about Jaylen Brown. Continue.
Milwaukee deadline to trade Giannis Antetokounmpo. What do we know right now?
Yeah, so far, from what I am told, the Bucks have yet to receive an offer that they're willing to accept for Giannis Antetokounmpo, which is somewhat mirroring what happened at the trade deadline last February, Green.
Oh, did we hear how he said Antetokounmpo? That wasn't it.
Where they had the market open, didn't agree to a deal, and ended up keeping Giannis. And while there is this deadline of the draft, and I am told that they intend to try to trade him by the draft, I think it's possible. There's some percentage chance that they don't find a deal that they like. Miami has been the team that's been most aggressive, I think, in trying to get him, but they've got 7 or 8 different pieces they could trade. None of them what I consider super premium, and I think the Bucks probably want all of them.
Milwaukee deadline to trade Giannis.
Oh, let's go. Blah, blah, blah. All right. So, I mean, Miami, you got to be careful with Miami because they do this almost every offseason. They act like, oh, we want you. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Like, that's the one that texts you all the time. Come on, what you doing later? What you doing later? And then when later comes, you can't get a hold of them. Like, dog, where you at? Dog, you send a text and then you see 3 dots for like 3 hours. You be like, this fool. Everybody got that homeboy. So we don't know what's going to happen. But Jason Tatum, he like, if he come to Boston, I'm staying still. It ain't on me. And Colin like, you're really talented, but you sure it ain't on you? And there are reports Jaylen Brown's not even being shopped. There are reports that they're going to stay together. There's reports that Giannis is coming to take Jaylen Brown's spot. Some people said Jason Tatum needs to be the one to go. Make some sense of it, Colin.
I have theories, and I throw them out there. And like predictions, if I can go like 50, 60%, I feel great. Last year, Blazing 5, I got like 57%. Picking NFL games against the spread, I felt great. I felt fantastic.
Did y'all hear that? 57%, so just better than a coin flip, just better than, yeah, every day I just go out there and say something, halftime I'm right, halftime I'm wrong. And that's what used to crack me up. People still to this day come up to me, hey, what you think about this? I was like, the same thing you think, or I don't think the same as you, but you shouldn't change your opinion because I'm only going to be half right. So trust yourself, brother.
I've had this theory about the Celtics' Jason Tatum, is that he's not fundamental to their winning. Like Jalen Brunson is, or Jokic or Steph Curry to their team. And so the Ringer, owned by a Celtics guy, just listed their top 100 NBA players.
Get back to the mic. What do they got?
Was Tatum 4, 6? Okay, slipped to 7. No. He was 13.
You're going to show this? What? What?
I got no problem with that.
I got a problem with that. Blah, blah, blah. I don't even want to hear no more. I want to see if y'all got it up there. Nope. Oh, they're going to try and focus in on him being 13. 13? That's not a lucky number. Jason Tatum is 13. Let me think. I mean, he was hurt last year, so it's easy to digest him at 13 because you're like, well, he wasn't even but when he right, he top 10, no? He kind of close to 10, though. I'm not going to sit here and waste too much breath on that because I don't know what's going on. But I do know there's a dynamic going on that's deeper than just where he ranked. It's what's up with their relationship. That's what I want to hear about. Talk to me. As y'all like this video right now, woosah, like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a member, hit the super chat. We still got to talk about the headline story. Iverson warning young LeBron 21 years ago, talking to somebody y'all know about the media, how they going to flip on him. It's crazy. Dan Batard message to his fans why him and Stugotz ain't cool no more, ain't his show no more, all that stuff. Rich Paul, Max Kellerman, we're going to talk to them a couple of times. Whitlock, Stephen A. Smith on identity, race versus nationality versus everything. And, of course, that comes into play because the Knicks accept the White House invitation, but you can't go. Here we go. Let's go.
I seen the effect that it had on LeBron when Kyrie was traded.
We're talking about Tatum and Jaylen Brown. We're talking about Giannis maybe going there. We're talking about now LeBron, Kyrie back in the days. Let's go.
You want to talk about...
That's another good example.
Bro.
LeBron was number one. Wade and Bosh were under LeBron. LeBron and then Kyrie. It wasn't 2 1s. It was LeBron was the one. That works. When the guys get too close and they both have egos like they're the one who wants to...
But Max... If you and I are
if Norm Nixon was as good as Magic Johnson, that would have been a problem. You would think, oh my God, if you make Norm Nixon even better, that team's unbeatable. Listen, but you got to have a one.
It's only a problem because you don't sit down and communicate. How could it be a problem when you making $300 million and I'm making $300 million.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is what I always tell y'all when we always say don't mix business with pleasure and stuff, or you can't do business with your family. I'm like, what? That's exactly who I want to work with, somebody I'm cool with. I got that opportunity coming up this weekend, right? I got a great opportunity to work with somebody I really respect and love at the same time. They family, basically. And it's like, oh, should we do this or not? I'm like, what the hell? I'm going to go find a stranger and do it with them, and then you going to feel better? I'm going to feel better? That's silly. Same thing here. Dog, if I'm it. See, it depends on the person. It really does. It's not about the role. It's the person. Because if I'm it, when you're the man on a team in the pros, and I've been there before, there's so much love coming your way, you don't have time to be mad at what he's getting. Because I'm turning down stuff. I'm like, I can't go to that autograph session. No, I can't do that deal. I can't sign that. I can't go to that dinner. And then you ain't got time to look and see what else is out there. It's usually the ones who don't have enough, right? The ones who don't have anything at all, the haters, are usually people who are sitting there starving because they like, yo, give me something. I'll take anything. And then you start hating on everything. That's what I typically see, okay? So this whole, we both making $300 million, but I hate you because you making 300.1. Oh, so silly. Break it down for me, Rich.
What's the problem? What
crazy.
color is your Amex?
It's crazy.
Same color as mine.
Crazy.
How the hell can it be a problem? Guess what? They
got a color for that Amex I don't even know about.
Yeah. You may have 30 tonight.
It's like
I may have
see-through
30 tomorrow. You may have 33 games in a row. Then somebody come off the bench.
So you're saying
this is all.
If you own the Celtics, you're saying I'm not trading either one of you two. Work it out.
Absolutely. Are you crazy? You know how hard it is to find Jaylen Brown?
Right.
Yeah.
Two-way player on that
He's
level.
not in this draft.
Yeah.
He's not in next year's draft. He wasn't in last year's draft.
Dog, think about what we really saying. Relationships, we let them go, and relationships, you like, oh, I'm good. Sometimes you get caught up in the inertia, the momentum of a relationship is all going good. You just go too fast. Next thing you know, you're married, shotgun wedding, all that stuff. Or sometimes, it's not going well, and you just get rid of them, and then 2 months later, you're like, damn, what did I do? You know what I mean? So sometimes you just got to stop and think. And right now, if they stop and think, what are we doing? Can we make it work? Yeah, we'll make it work.
He wasn't. This is what
Let's see what happens with Castle.
No, that's not the point.
2 years ago.
Castle is Castle. He's his own man. What I'm trying to explain to you is it's so difficult to find guys that compete and produce at the level that these guys.
On both
do you
ends
know
of the
how
floor.
hard it is to win a championship?
Man, I love when somebody say, what I'm trying to explain to you is, usually that means they're not explaining it well enough, but they putting it on you. You're not listening well enough. What I'm trying to explain to you is keep preaching, brother.
Get there.
This is what Jerry Buss told Kobe Bryant when he wanted to be traded. He said, Kobe, you're a 5-carat diamond. I'm not trading you for 5 1-carat diamonds. I'm not trading you.
Yeah, he did.
Not even just
he did.
VVS. You're not even set. You're a stone that's not even set. You're just in the little blue paper that you open up and you show it. And we're not even thinking about the cut, color, clarity, or carats. We think about the depth and the table of these type of guys.
Hard to find.
Man, blah, blah, blah. That was a great segment right there. I don't know what Office Depot they were in. These sets, boy. One thing I love about independent media is dog, do we have power outlets? Yes, good. We got any lights? Any lights? Flashlights? I don't know. Yeah, we got some. All right, let's do it. Let's do a show. It's so good. Oh, man. It's so good out there. What else we got cracking lacking? All right, let's change it up, get a little spicier right now because Stephen A. Smith has a reaction. We got to talk it.
It was
the politics.
It was ruined by the one asshole who was fighting in the octagon.
Let's go.
Who said that Michelle Obama was a man. And I keep forgetting his name. John, I keep forgetting his last name. I apologize.
Josh,
I'm lock here for a second. But
we're going to go quick.
It was inexcusable. John Hockett, H-O-K-I-T.
Josh is it.
That was an incredibly disparaging remark about one of the greatest first ladies, if not the greatest first lady we have seen. It was a disgusting thing to say. It was inexcusable. When he said it, Trump smiled. It was denounced, thank God, by CEO of the UFC. Let's hear what he had to say. I understand that the Obamas are public figures, but I'm completely against saying nasty and false things about people's families. Everyone knows my position on free speech, but I hate that kind of nonsense. Thank goodness he said that, and thank goodness other officials spoke out against it. Senator Warnock out of Georgia, he spoke out against it, along with various others. This is some disgusting stuff, and this is associated with the right when stuff like this happens.
I'm trying to get out of
here. It's not
here.
to say that the left doesn't engage in its own incendiary rhetoric and stuff like that. That's not how I roll. But this should immediately been denounced by the president.
Blah, blah, blah. All right, we got out of there. Denouncing is a very tricky conversation because it does go into the free speech complications that Dana White just spoke of. If I show up to your event and I say something, but it's your event, after I get off, do you come back on and say, hey, love everyone here, and Marcellus, thanks for showing up and accepting our invitation. At the same time, if you guys remember in his 8th minute, he said this, and I don't agree with that. I don't like that. Like, it's just complicated. That's all. So glad that some are denouncing, glad that reality denounces it louder than any person can. Like this thing, somebody come up there and say, Marcellus Wiley is a woman. I hope nobody got to get up after me and say, hey, you know what, man? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, isn't reality enough? Oh, man. So there it is. Let's keep going, man. Y'all know what it is. Deshaun Watson. Let's get a little NFL action going on. Deshaun Watson, clear-cut favorite to be the #1 quarterback in Cleveland day 1, week 1, right? I think so by the money alone. I ain't seen none of them throw a ball for real this offseason. All that on air, on T-shirt to the homeboy who's still playing on my team, but he played D-back. I don't count none of that. I'm just looking at right now, peak for peak. If they both playing at their top levels, Deshaun's better. And even if they not, Deshaun getting paid way more. So we got to get our ROI. But what's happening? I think things are changing around here. Let's listen.
Jeremy, what should we know about the Browns quarterback competition between Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson?
Laura, this is a true heated battle, and this one's only going to heat up in training camp. As was told to me, Deshaun Watson went into the spring as the clear favorite, and that Shedeur Sanders has bridged the gap at least somewhat.
Okay. All right. Now, that means a lot, and that means nothing. We don't know how wide the gap was before. He said they closed the gap. What if it was an absurd gap? What if it was an insane gap? Like, y'all didn't give the Shedeur any credit, and now you're like, oh, give him some credit. That means he closed the gap. But did he really close the gap? So this is one thing you got to understand about depth charts. Depth charts are PC. They're always politically correct. They're stupid. Because we know on every NFL team, every single year, about 45 guys that won't be cut before we do anything and after we do everything. These 45 will not be touched. Okay? On a 53-man roster, you're not doing nothing to 45. Now, there's 8 of them that we're going to play around with. Like this guy making too much money. Can we get away from him? Or this guy is on the fence in terms of talent, in terms of money. We can lose him. We can rock with him. It doesn't matter. There's about 8 jobs to go get. But you can have the worst camp ever. Okay, let's go somewhere. Okay. Let's go right now. Myles Garrett, he just got traded to the Rams. Is there anything in camp he can do bad? Just because we know how great he is. Is there anything he can do to get cut? No. Okay, let's keep going. He's not the only one on that team. There's some people, and we say 45 is the number, that they could do whatever, and you ain't touching them. Now, getting into the starting role, they're going to say it real PC. They're going to protect the feelings. Deshaun's the veteran, so he's the favorite. Shedeur's looking good and coming on strong no matter what Shedeur does. He's coming on strong. There looks like a good competition because you don't want to piss off Shedeur or his fan base that is sitting there saying, you ain't giving him a fair chance. So you keep him alive, you keep him clawing at it, and then you wait for Deshaun to drop the ball. And if he doesn't drop the ball, Shedeur's closing the gap. Shedeur's right there. Shedeur's waiting. It's going to happen. But we need Deshaun to cooperate. They do this every year, and they sucker everybody all the time.
Still believe Deshaun Watson's in a good position. I'm told he was moving like a major athlete again, coming off those Achilles tears. He's moving well. He's fluid. Looks like the athlete of old to most extent, but
really? I'm young still, and I just came off an Achilles tear, and I actually took a whole year off. You think I can move again? See, look, I'm not even dissing him. I'm just saying this is the same old story. Don't get suckered into that. Just look, when you get opportunities to evaluate, does he have a GoPro on his head? Does he do, like, what is going, oh my God. The quarterbacks wear GoPros now? I am old. That's sick.
Shedeur was decisive. I was told that he's got a presence about him that the new coaching staff noticed that they might have underestimated a little bit. So I expect this to go into preseason.
See, the former players sitting there like, oh, really? Oh, wow, really? Like, if you don't shut this soap opera up.
In games, you're going to see multiple weeks of this in Berea, those two going at it.
Yeah.
Yep, we are. Yep. So we can watch ESPN more to know, ooh, how much more of the gap is closed. This is not the poo-poo on the industry and how the things work, the machinery. I love it. But I'm just telling you, I could predict it right now. I could write down to a day what they're going to say, regardless of what happens. And that's the disturbing part. When something really happens, but they got a story to sell, they're not going to tell you what really is happening. They're not, because that ain't the good story. The good story is to keep you both alive until we see it for ourselves. Real spit. Speaking of Shedeur, we know who his daddy is, and we know sometimes you don't get to go behind the scenes. Here's something about Coach Prime that saw that James Houston, this is random, but this is good, as a pass rusher versus as a linebacker. I love this. So this is how it goes down for real. Coach sitting there, team issue, thinking he fresh, and they debating on players. Look at this.
To play, you're acting like I should be a linebacker.
Because I know the talent that I have. Y'all may have to put a cap on my talent I know exactly what I could
tell you something. If you was able to do that, you'd have done that and you'd have never came here.
He's sitting there James Houston trying to say, hey, look, I could do this and y'all think I could do that. Let's get on the same page, right? James Houston didn't want to switch, but it paid off. I've been there before, too. Hey, Wiley, we didn't want you to play the right side. We want you to play the left side. Hey, a little bit of drop back, a little linebacker. And you sitting there like, dog, what are you talking about? But they go through it.
If you was that dude that you think you are a linebacker, you'd have never been here. Because if you weren't doing that, you'd be the third linebacker. You wouldn't have got in yet. You wouldn't have had the reps.
I disagree.
I'm telling you what Coach Hart had you at, dog.
James Houston is an extraordinary talent that we've seen rushing the passer, and we saw his rushing ability. And I went to the coaches, and I think they already had the thought that he probably would be arguably our best pass rusher if we moved him. So we moved him.
You trying to dictate what you gonna do in the league? It don't work like that. Some corners go in the league and play safeties.
Personally, I feel like y'all are disrespecting me and my talent.
You feel.
Because you know what? If someone tells you to play DN and you think you could play linebacker, it's almost like somebody telling you, hey, I need you to just stay on the block. I need you to stay in the paint. And you're like, dog, I could dribble and create and get my own shot. They're like, yeah, but. So it feels like a demotion in talent and skills and opportunities. But playing DN is amazing. I think linebacker's harder. And that's why a lot of people want to play it, because it's harder. So they're like, oh, I want to do more. Dog, play DN, do one thing, and kill it. Conquer that.
But you got guys with 60 years of NFL experience telling you.
Trusting y'all, that's why I've been doing it.
Telling you, dude, you showing up doing what you doing means he's a ball player. I got to find somewhere to put it.
That's James Houston.
Boy, I got a cramp in my leg. I got to get up. Woo! I had to get up. I was like, hell nah. Too much pickleball yesterday. I played like 4 hours straight, and it was 100 degrees, I think. All right, I'm better. Woo! I keep coming. I got to put my foot up. I got to keep it straight. You know how I go. That's better. Woo! James Houston. Got me thinking about playing DN again. Got me in a cramp position, Wiley. Look how I look right now. Love to you. Hey, who was right? Deion was. But I'm sure Deion's been wrong before, too. Let's talk about another behind-the-scenes stories. Let's just get into this real quick. I like this little angle. All right? Nah, I don't want to do that. I want to we got a lot of spicy, don't we? What time is it? Oh, no, we got time. Let's go. All right, so Lane Kiffin, he explained how he found Trinidad James. Psych. Trinidad Chambliss. Let's go.
Like, how did you find Trinidad? Like outside of like the D2 championship? Yeah. Because he wasn't your anticipated starter going into the season, right?
Right, yeah. He actually was going to go to Temple.
Hold on, did Coach just say, he said, how'd you find Trinidad James? Gold all on my chain. Remember that? And he go, first word Lane Kiffin gonna say, Lane Kiffin got the swagoo. He got the swag. He said, yeah. He know the song.
Was his off. Wow. And we saw him actually on Twitter, and then got the film and
Ferris State? Where in the hell is Ferris State? Boy, they be doing some recruiting. This is for all you parents out there who say, they ain't going to find my son because we in this small town. They ain't going to find my son because we on this team and we ain't got a lot of people watching. Well, we in this small place. Oh, our team is not that big. Shut it. You're not that good. Your son or daughter's not that good. They go anywhere to find you. I've always known that. Stop. Hammer time. You got to be real. Get in the mirror. You ain't going to help your kid out if you're going to build in all them excuses. You act like they ain't going to go down to a place they ain't never heard of like Ferris State and find somebody if they need them.
Everybody started getting excited. They brought him to Charlie Weiss, brought him to me, and I just kept watching. I'm like, man, this guy, I think he had scored 51 touchdowns. I was like, this guy's just a winner. He just finds a way to make plays, man. They're in the playoffs to win the national championship, and he just takes off and runs and makes these plays. And I'm like, guys, I know maybe he's not as tall as some people want him to be and all that, but he's just a winner, and he makes plays. And it doesn't matter what level you're at. If you make them, you make them.
Yeah.
Thank you. I want to thank you, everybody. If you bald, they gonna find you. And no lie, the reason why I'm so passionate about that as a narrative is because I got talked in. I was getting recruited by big schools, but also Columbia, obviously. And everybody had the same ass pull a string comment. Oh, if you go there, nobody gonna find you. You ain't gonna be good enough. I was like, dog. They went and found Walter Payton and Jerry Rice, who are way better than me at small schools. 2, I'm not going to just a small school. It's a small school in a big city. How about the biggest city? It's New York City. If I'm not good, they won't draft me. If I'm good, they gonna hear about me. I'm in New York City, dog. We have the New York Times worldwide distribution. People are waking up in the morning in Japan. See, this is before the internet. In Japan saying, who's Marcellus Wiley? How they talk over there? How's Marcellus Wiley? You know what I mean? So I was like, I hate when I hear parents getting away of their own kids' opportunity and development because their parents are restricted. Parents are sorry. The parent was sorry, so then they blamed the school. The parent was sorry, so they blamed the coach. No. You were sorry. It's okay. You became a great person that had kids that have a chance to be great. But stop telling them, oh, if you go here, it ain't going to be. No, mama. You sucked. Just say, I wish these kids would look at their parents like, mama, you done? Because you weren't that good. Because they would have found you. They found Marcellus. Let's go. Let's keep this going. All right, let's shift gears. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a member, hit the super chat. We about to get into this topic about Caitlin Clark and Nike. Caitlin Clark signed with Nike when I was 8 years old, when I was a kid. Them shoes never came out. Well, they finally coming out. People are like, what happened? Y'all done put out all these other people y'all done signed after Caitlin Clark. What did y'all do? We're going to talk about how they grabbed Caitlin Clark and fumbled Caitlin Clark. That's the next topic. But we also got to do Iverson, who warned young LeBron 21 years ago, the media is going to flip on you, bro. And I know you are a golden child. You the chosen one. You the king. You're going to be a peasant when they done with you. Dan Batard breaks down what's up with Stugotz, why his name is gone from the show. Let's be real. Rich Paul, Max Kellerman. We got to talk to them again about why the media pumps you up and tears you down. That's a breakdown that you're going to love. Whitlock and Stephen A. Smith battling, beefing, same old them, but it's about race and identity and nationality, which bleeds into the Knicks accepting the White House invitation. But, of course, that comes with controversy. All right, like this video. Let's go. This is whoa, Jesus. Every time I look at these shoes, I can't lie. They are sick. They are sick. The Caitlin ones. So first Nike signature shoe will launch October 1st for $140. I love all of this. Good price point too. And features a repeat print of CC and 22 design details on each side of the wavy sneaker silhouette. Great color to choose too. To backdrop everything. Look at that. Look how it fades dark, gets light, and then it just highlights that shoe. I'm wearing them. Can't lie to you. Shoe features Cushlon and 4-foot Zoom Turbo with new Opticast molded upper. None of that gonna make me jump higher, so why did I read that? y'all, they in the 80s and the early 90s, people really thought the shoes mattered. Now, all they do is make sure your feet don't hurt. The rest of that is on me. The rest of that is on my mama and daddy and our DNA. Don't tell me I'm going to do all this extra boosting and jumping. The marathon shoes, you run 33% faster. Really? You sure? Let me put them on. I can prove that wrong. I ain't running no faster in those shoes. I just feel better. That's it. You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. But what happened? It's supposed to have been happening years ago. Talk to me, baby.
Caitlin Clark and Nike in this rollout with the shoe, and she's been under contract since, I think, her junior year at Iowa.
Yes.
What happened? Why are we – I was shocked when I go, she doesn't have a signature shoe? Asia Wilson does. Ionescu does.
I always say it, too, because it's Aja Wilson out there, and then it's Asia Wilson. You be like, Aja, what sport?
What's the backstory here?
Well, there's a lot, and it's not just the signature shoe, which can take a while to develop, and you want to design it right and construct it and all that, and it's a big investment. There's only been one brief Caitlin Clark television commercial. There's very little promotion in stores. There's very little pop-up events. There's almost nothing that links Caitlin Clark, arguably, at least for a while, if not still, the most popular athlete in the country, male or female, to Nike.
Why? It's real. Like, whatever you want to say, he ain't even had to take that many words to go there. Like, Dan, you know Nike got a cash cow, and it just seemed like they ain't milking it. Why?
Built their entire business on seizing people like Caitlin Clark and, one-name stars, LeBron, Michael, Tiger, Serena, Ronaldo, whatever it is, and marketing the heck out of them. So the shoe is one part of it, but even on their social media, they barely play her. So she has been on the back burner for Nike for most of these 4 years. Now, the first two are NIL deals at Iowa, and they certainly did some things to celebrate her, but not what like State Farm did. They were putting her right in national television campaigns with Jake from State Farm right away while she was still in college.
Yep. What y'all thinking before we hear it? If we hear it. I don't know. Like, she's had an interesting ride. I don't know if it's coming internally from her. I doubt it. But there just seems like there's a communication and negotiation with her adversity and resistance. Like, of all of them, Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, all of them, KD, like everyone else, we knew that everyone has haters. But her haters seem like they actually are having impact on the court and off the court. It's kind of weird. Like, is it a woman thing? I can't imagine. Like, are we looking at, how they say you raise your daughters different than your sons? And you do. You just got to catch yourself when you say these little weird terms and phrases to them. Like, oh, that's so cute. My son does the same thing. I'm like, oh, that's cool. It's not so cute. You know what I mean? So you do. You catch yourself slipping. Are we marketing her different at a slower speed, at a different acceptance rate anticipated? Because they are not milking the cash cow. Those shoes should have been out. Let's just say that.
And then certainly since she got to the WNBA, it's been very, very little with Caitlin Clark, even though she is, she currently has 3 high rotation national advertising campaigns with State Farm, where she stars in her own ones now, Xfinity, and with Gatorade. And you've seen them all. And she has others with Eli Lilly and other companies. She's selling everything from Wilson basketballs, has a whole line. They say it's the most successful basketball line they had since Michael Jordan, Stanley, drink cups, Gatorades, got towels, Panini America, official card of the Dan Patrick Show. They've got a whole thing with her. Oh, just trying to help you out, Dan. I know, you got to knock out the mortgage.
Yeah.
Give you a little extra bump there. She's selling everything. She's everywhere. Except with Nike. And that's been the weirdest thing. It's the signature shoe is part of it. It's going to come out in October.
I believe every word he's saying. It's my favorite reporter right now. Come on. Anybody that still wears the OG collar neck underneath the collar. I mean, the OG, he ain't transitioned yet to the new ones. He got the 100% pure cotton still under that thing. He about to put that work in. Come on, dog. Who got that lamp still? Come on, dog. Dan Wessel in the building. What's going on with Nike? Keep talking.
That's 5 seasons they've had her, and they're finally getting the shoe out. And 4 years and 5 seasons since they first signed her. But it goes into all the other stuff of like, why, what were we waiting for? Because if anything, I don't know if anybody can reach the popularity she had a couple years ago when she was finishing up at Iowa.
I don't think she can reach it again. It's crazy. Like, we know that she probably PR'd in terms of her height of greatness. I think right now, no lie, even if she won an WNBA championship, she won't be more popular than she was coming out of Iowa. Like, cause that was white hot. That was like, what is this? Right? I may be guessing, but good luck trying to eclipse that. And not to take full advantage of that, and you already had her on the roster, you got to make more sense of this.
Anybody willing to go on the record at Nike?
No, I mean, so there's a couple things here. One, Nike's been a extremely poorly run company the last 5 years. Their stock is down over 70%, almost 75%. They've lost $200 billion in market valuation.
Oh, we found our answer. Goodness, Phil Knight, what's wrong? What is going on, Phil Knight? Night, they're going to call him. Oh, my God. I mean, look, we all know what all these there are more shoe companies than we can pronounce now. La Ling and Aftra. And China's all in our shoe game now. But also, people ain't trying to buy them shoes at that cost and that anticipation no more. Like, we kind of phased out of that. You could just easily just look online right now, and Amazon got some plain unlabeled shoes that look just like Nikes or Polo, and you're like, I wear those. I know I'm in that phase, so I know I ain't by myself. I'm not alone.
Last year, their revenue was down over $5 billion, 10%. And that's at a time when Adidas was up 13%. So they have blown direct to consumer sales. They're dealing with all sorts of challenges in the Chinese market. They've lacked innovation. There's a lot of problems at Nike, and Caitlin Clark would not solve that. She's not selling $5 billion in shoes, okay? But
I want to stop right there at that but, and we're going to have to part two that, blah, blah, blah. It's a fascinating topic, but we got so many fascinating topics. Why should we stop here? I want to know what Nike's up to, because I know there is competition out there. Peep game. Yes, Angel Reese is coming out with her Reeboks. I know I've seen that before. Poison Angel, they call. Oh, Poison? Okay. BBD, ABC. EVD. Angel Reese's. They didn't even say Angel. Come on, Yahoo Sports. Do better. That says Angel Reese's. Oh, whatever. Signature sneaker colorway is set for an official release June 25th. That's coming out. Can't lie, I don't like those as much, even if the colors change. That style, I see people wear those. They're getting kind of bulky, and then they have those really expensive ones that everyone wears that are super bulky. Are they Gucci or something like that? Like their brand name? But, okay, whatever. Angel Reese, though, she looks good. She's so beautiful. I give her that. Her and Megan Thee Stallion are beautiful, just like you know. Oh, speaking of Megan Thee Stallion, oh, that's her right there. Let's talk about that since Klay Thompson, sports. We got to talk about Klay and what's going on. Not so much y'all broke up, but there's some interesting sociology dynamics into there. Not the best, most flattering picture of Megan that I was talking about compared to Angel's, but if you had a chance to date, beat it up in the comments. If you had a chance to date right now, Megan Thee Stallion or Angel Reese, who would you take on the date? Which one? I want to hear that. Let's go.
Megan should not have a man.
What? This can't be the intro. What? Oh, my God. Look, there's some scandalous ass dudes out there. You sure? And there's some scandalous ass women. I'm assuming he's going there on her. Come on now. Everybody got somebody out there, don't they?
She doesn't, the kind of artist she is, the character she is, she doesn't deserve a man. She brags on her vagina too much to have a man.
Oh.
A successful man is going to be like, babe, can you stop?
Can we not separate the art from the person? I know we do it. I do it with Michael Jackson. I don't, I do it with anybody that, like, if they ain't go to jail for it, and they ain't say they, you know what I mean? If they ain't evidence and they in jail for it, like, I'm like, put that to the side, dog. I don't know what you're talking about. I separate the man from the art. Like, if you are enlightened or privy to information, you won't like a lot of people. Right? Like, who's your favorite musician? Who's your favorite basketball player? I know a lot of them. If we doing this, oh, I know what they up to for real. Or she just rapping. Like, Ice Cube killed everybody growing up. Here's a little something about a homie like me. Never should have been let out the penitentiary. Okay, Ice Cube, I got a question. Were you ever in a penitentiary? No. That wasn't the conversation. That was the song. So the point is, she talking about how good her thing is, her stank. Is it really going down like that? Come on.
All that pussy so good, I did. Like, imagine me sitting there watching my woman rap about how good her shit is in a room full of men.
Okay, the rapping part does not disturb me. Say what you want. I know it's not perfect. It's not ideal. But I could deal with that if she was my woman. What I couldn't deal with is, you just got some new shoes, and then you go in the closet and do OnlyFans, basically, because you bending over doing those, and it's just some shoes, and you're like, look at me, I'm going to wear this, and you ta-ta. I like, do we really got to do that, Megan? Like that part, because that ain't a song. I know it's a part of your brand building and it helps your song sales, but can we sell it a different way? Just make a dope ass song. It's your personal life. When you can't turn it off. When we going to eat, we going out to Denny's and we just sitting there chilling in sweats. And you just loud as hell and, hey, look at this bacon. All bacon, all bacon. Shut the fuck. I'm out.
Like, what the fuck is we doing, baby? Like, you know?
Or sausage.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I think women are going to get humbled in this new world. You're going to see people like Clay pick that quiet, serene young lady who's by his side. And I can see women picking on that. He wants a weak woman. No, he doesn't, ladies. Every man wants the same thing. Peace.
Peace. And I'm going to say peace to that topic right there. We might part 2 that tomorrow. He ain't lying, dog. This world is heavy to everybody, but it's really heavy to men. I don't think women understand how heavy it is to men because of the gender roles and also because dudes are so competitive and because y'all have rigged it to where unless we become something, we don't get what we want out of women. We don't get the woman we want and we don't get what we want from her. Like, for real. There's some cultures that they actually respect that, and I love it. I think Latino culture, really, they don't give a damn what Poppy do. Poppy is Poppy. You know what I mean? But that's even tough. That's even getting tested because Poppy got to keep up with the Joneses. Dudes are told unless you got title, unless you got some kind of accolade, you ain't got achievement. Women, she just got to look good. She gonna get love or at least like or at least some Venmo. Somebody gonna be on like, hey, look at her. And then if all things fail, move down to Punta Cana or move down to Colombia. Like women got all these kind of ways. Men, they let a man lay on the street. They don't give a damn, right? It's just the way it goes. Okay. So let's just keep going. Beat up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about all these spicy topics we got. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a member, hit the super chat. Still got the Iverson talk about LeBron. He's telling LeBron the media is going to flip on you, but he said it 21 years ago, y'all. Insane how he predicted all what's happening to LeBron right now. Batard, no one predicted him and Stugotz to break up. Now he has to break that down. Rich Paul, Max Kellerman, we got to talk through that. Whitlock and Stephen A. Smith identity. And the Knicks accept the invitation to the White House, which comes back to identity. What you doing going to the White House? What you doing? You know it's called the White House. Black people shouldn't go. It's that kind of talk, I think. I assume as much. Okay, so there's a lot of more topics and things that come out. I want to play this one topic because I know I'll forget if I don't play it right now. This is amazing. This is J.R. Smith talking about how retirement has changed him. And he's really realized some of the more valuable things in life, for real.
I mean, the first thing that comes to mind, how much money I wasted.
You're like, wait, this is all I got?
Like, bro, no, not even that. It's just like half the shit I bought in the last 10 years, I barely use. I pretty much wear the same golf outfits every day, even the watches. Like buying all these fancy ass watches and shit. Like, I don't wear them. I don't go anywhere to wear them.
Bang, that's it. So you got to really understand what he just said in terms of like, I got all this money playing NBA basketball, balling out of control. I'm all around the world. I'm outside. So we all know that there's an influence of keeping up with the Joneses. So that makes you buy clothes. You know, look, I got to go all these places. I got to wear something. Can't wear the same thing to all these nice places, any place. So I got to buy a bunch of stuff. Then you start thinking about, all right, what that costs, whatever. Then you get retired or you get comfortable. More than retired, you stop chasing or you get off that treadmill and then you just live normal life, take care of your family, take care of your kids, man, a dude will wear the same thing all week. Maybe he'll change it up just because of smell. If it's wrinkly, wear this. It's hot outside. It'll iron itself out. I mean, I know I'm the same way. Look at this show. I wear these shirts every week, same show. Same shirt. Like, it's just, you're not outside. Watches. Why do you have multiple watches? Like, I get you need one, like you need the old school Casio just to go around day to day. Then you got a fresh watch for a day to day. Then you got a real nice watch. You got a Rolex or something crazy because you go to those type of places. That's it. But you got all these other. I got a Hublot. I got an Armory. I don't even know how to say half of them. I got a Pion and ba. And dog, for real? He's just breaking down the simplicity of life because you can't take it with you. So keep it simple, stupid. I love it. Keep going.
To me, I think, why did I spend all of this money on this stuff that I really don't use? But not only that, I don't really care about. I had 7 cars at one point and we were in Cleveland. I'm like, why did I have 7 cars?
Dog, I told y'all that story when I looked up one day and I said, there are 7 cars in that driveway. And they all are mine. And you know what the craziest thing about it is? Not the car notes necessarily, even though that's stupid. It's not so much that you can only drive one at a time, which is really the stupidest. But even something crazier is how much wealth was transferred to you, giving it to a car dealership, a depreciating asset, versus you could have used that and kept that money, and that money would have multiplied and had the multiplier effect for you. So it could have made you a lot of money by just not even spending it. Forget investing it, just don't spend it. 3 levels of dumb.
We asked the same question. It's like, why does Switch drive a different car every day? Is that fair?
It's very fair, but y'all never told me, so yeah.
Well, I told Sean.
They got a whole nother chat without me now. All because of this.
No, that's
all
not
because
true.
of this.
No, it's not true. We don't have a different chat. We have a different chat without Tristan. We don't have a different chat without you.
So you guys lied. So now they see the mental warfare they play.
Blah, blah, blah. They always going to keep JR around because he's a cool dude, but more importantly, that boy can swing a golf club. If you can golf, pickleball's getting into the conversation, but not fully yet. But if you can golf and you used to play, everybody your buddy. You get invited to every tournament, everything out there, etc. I love that conversation, but I had the same wake-up call, bro. I was like, dog, if I had to do it over again, which is having kids. That's why, I love my son. My son is 10 years old. He has never been to the barber. Never. No desire, doesn't want to cut his hair, not even into it. And then every time, I really am protective about that. Like his clothes, he doesn't ever look, Daddy, I want these Giannis's. Daddy, I want these Steph Curry's. Never. And I want to keep him that way because I want him to understand, just keep it simple. His hair line, you wouldn't know. His hair is like this little Captain Caveman fro. And then his clothes are nice. We shop at Target for him. He doesn't care. As long as it's like something that look like he could go run and chase somebody and play basketball in, he happy. He wears his indoor basketball shoes. He always gets a new pair of Nike Giannis's typically every 3 months, based on his shoe size, and he getting bigger and if they look a little worn every 2-3 months. And then that shoe you wear only to play basketball indoor. Then when 2-3 months hits, that shoe becomes your day-to-day shoe. Then we just rinse and repeat. Because I just saw too many people caught up growing up. Like wearing Elise, Sergio Tacchini, Diodora suits. And I'm like, dog, we are going on a school bus from Slauson to Westchester. No one really cares, but they did. And I just saw that kind of take kids off course. Them extra 20, 30 minutes you spending on your clothes and putting them on your couch the night before, couldn't you have grabbed the workbook and just read a little more? I don't know. I always make these equivalencies, and sometimes they're false. But I don't know. Anyway, let's get to the spicy topics. Let's get to this LeBron one, because this is it. All right, first, I feel like I should play the warning. No, let's hear what they said, because what came up, Allen Iverson 21 years ago broke down what's about to be told from Max Kellerman and Rich Paul. So let's save the 21 years ago. Let's see what they're talking about. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, become a member, hit the super chat. Let's go deep. Let's get spicy.
I think it's just I don't think people are doing it for clickbait with Wemby. I think that
we have, and I've mentioned this before, but South Park has a whole episode on this, how in popular culture, and this is especially true in sports, we like to build people up as these perfect heroes.
Yes.
And then once they're built up as high as they can go, we like to find their flaws to try to tear them down. And we enjoy both those things. But ultimately, what people really want to see is once they're torn down, can they rise from the ashes, right?
Right. Now, my only question is that conscious, subconscious, the way it goes? Like, where does that come from? What is driving that energy that is the same energy that we see constantly with every player, including, yes, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan had a phase where they were tearing him down. They had a phase when they were like, yo. I mean, he kind of came in the league and they were like, oh, he's a good player, really good player, great, you know. Oh, but he had a lot of but statements early, probably more than LeBron. But then it flipped. When it got to where, whoa, he got Pippen, he got Phil Jackson, he can't be stopped. He got through the Pistons. I mean, I ain't heard a but statement since, right? Even the man retired twice. You have your reasons. You got your good excuses, whatever you want to call it. He could do no wrong. So it's like weird. There's a lot of different arcs, a lot of different archetypes to make this happen. Continue.
That's really what people want to see. They want to right now. People want to tear Wemby down to see if he can get up off the deck, so that they can really love the guy.
Yeah, that's the one thing AI, when we were really young, we was around AI a lot. And that's the one thing that he used to always say to LeBron. Always. I mean, I can't tell you how many times he would tell LeBron that. He would always tell him, like, just know it's coming. It's coming.
That hurts, right? Think about it. You, LeBron, you call yourself the king, the chosen one. They agree. You on ESPN as a junior. And it's someone out there saying, oh, man, and it's Allen Iverson in 03, 04 telling you, yeah, enjoy it now, big dog. They're going to pop this bubble. They're going to pop this balloon. And you're like, really? What? What are you talking about? It reminds me, the only way I can even connect to this is a lot of times growing up, people always used to say, you still a N-word. Y'all know what I'm saying, right? So I hear it a lot. Even Ice Cube, who was like, Ice Cube helped raise me, literally. There's my mama, my daddy, my grandma, my sister, and Ice Cube. That's who helped raise me, seriously. NWA that was my cousins, but Ice Cube was in the house every day. And I'm just like listening, and he's like, no matter what you do, you're still an N. And it used to make me say, what? You mean there's a place where I can't go and I could just be normal? Can't be like everyone else? I just can't. And then that was the first time I used to say, Ice Cube, you're not perfect. Everything you say, I hear you. You didn't do all them drive-bys. You didn't go to jail. And you know what? I don't think you understand this world. You ain't always an N-word. And I still don't believe that. So we can have that argument, beat it up in the comments. I don't believe in stuff like that. I can do whatever the hell I want to do, and there's going to be choices and consequences. Simple as that. So when I hear this, I'm like, if I'm LeBron, I'm like, yeah, maybe AI, that's true for you, but not true for me. I thought the same thing with Ice Cube, but it did become true. Maybe Cube is right.
It's coming. Trust me when I tell you, they are going to
tear you down.
They are going to try their best to tear you down. And he was right, because, you know, they just waited on the opportune time to not look silly tearing them down. And that was, 2010 when he decided to leave Cleveland. And then at that point, times social media and everything, they went in.
Yo, that's crazy, because 2010 was the first time you saw him kind of flex a little more, instead of saying, I mean, look, he was called the king and chosen one, so that's a flex. But as long as you stay in Cleveland and you help them, the little engine that could, and you help them try to be something, you're good. Oh, you did go to the finals and got smoked. Good. Stay over there, stay in that little box, and be a good soldier. We got you. No. I want to go to Miami. You want to live? You want to go to Miami Vice? You want to go, welcome to Miami, Miasita, Miami? No. And you want to wear a button-down shirt, give $5 million, like that matters to us, to the Boys and Girls Club, and then say, I want to take my talents down to Miami? No, you can't. And then you give a pep rally. Oh, you think you somebody. Not 6, not 7, not 8. Oh, light them up. But I wonder how that happens. Like, is it at us at home like, ugh? Or is it somebody at ESPN or one of these networks like, okay, hit the button? Like, how does this go down?
In this case with Wemby, I guess is losing in the finals, but
no, it's not shaking hands. It's walking off and not shaking hands. It's playing dirty. It's all those things. And by the way, the fact is, Rich, people have flaws. Even your heroes have flaws. And look, once upon a time in this country, the way people wrote about athletes was just to idolize them.
Yep.
And, Babe Ruth, for example, once had a venereal disease and missed a big chunk of the season. And the
What? Wow. You imagine that happened now in social media? Oh, out this year is so-and-so who was in them streets outside too much at the New York Knicks parade. He caught and contracted.
Writers all said that he had a stomach ache from eating too many hot dogs, and that's why he was missing games, literally.
Yeah, I mean, look.
But after that, there came something called the new journalism, right? And there was a wave of journalists who said, wait a minute, we shouldn't just idolize these guys and act like they're perfect heroes, because first of all, it's not interesting, and secondly, it's not true. We should actually examine them as people, as flawed heroes, right? And then and that really has been, ever since new journalism, that has really taken over and remains to this day.
Well, positive.
Before you start, Rich Paul, I just got to take a moment of silence. That's Max Kellerman in his bag. That's the first time I've seen Max, and it really hit me like how much I miss working with him, because that was a bag. To bring that historical perspective and make it relevant to today's times, and to bring it all encompassing like that's getting ignored. That's going to get talked right past, but that was insane, big dog. Come on, keep bringing it.
Positivity is boring and negativity is exciting. That's what happens.
Well, positivity, if
you
it's always
a negative headline, people are more interested.
Yes, that's true too. But I think if it's always one note, this guy is so great, that is also boring. People don't want to root for
I said that.
perfection.
Positivity is boring.
Yeah.
Yes.
If it's
there's
100%
a lot
of the time.
But there's also perfection and imperfection. Like, they lost in the finals. Okay, great. There's imperfections, but that's what makes you, that molds you. So now coming back from that, which, we'll see what happens. I saw.
Oh, that's sick. Like, they got to number 2 position. Like, I think track and field, you can see it a little bigger, a little better. In track and field, you can see like, oh, okay, he got second place. And even though in track and field, you don't even celebrate second place like you should, like you would think, you raced everyone in the world and you got second. What? Like this, I mean, look, the athlete feels amazing. I think the reception is like, who won? And then the gold medalist gets it all. But think, you raced everybody who wanted to race in that event in the world. And in the Olympics, you got second. And trust me, I know a lot of Olympians. I was just at the Allison Felix Invitational. Shout out to Allison Felix, the homie. It's a whole different animal getting second place to first. But it ain't nothing worse than getting fourth place and not even getting on that podium. Rich is saying, dog, why we don't live in a world where we like salute second place? We like, we don't. So let's continue on this conversation, because this is building us up to get to right here. To get right here. This is when it happened. And I can't believe that, well, the internet is undefeated and they got receipts. This is 2005. They say October 2005. I mean, he looking like Fredro Starr over here. Like, this is Allen Iverson talking to, y'all gonna see, ESPN's own Stephen A. Smith, who hosted his own show, quite frankly. Looking like he in Black Moon right now. Like, this is it. Listen to this.
Them to do whatever it takes for them to be successful. I always let LeBron know off top, dog, they love you right now. They love you right now. But please believe me, the first incident, the first time something happened, they are waiting, man. They're waiting, man. They're waiting. They're waiting, man. Just like, I mean, I hate to bring it up, but the other situation with Kobe. all
Kobe
this,
Bryant.
Yeah,
Yes,
well, all this time, he's the number one man, the perfect man to everybody and everybody's heart. He's the number one man.
You do know that people kind of blamed you in this sense because you were the one that was seen on ESPN, and you said, "Well, that's Kobe. I mean, he's pure as gold. He must have done something."
Man, must have did nothing.
Wait a minute before we get into that angle. I think what Allen Iverson is saying is like, wow, this dude was perfect, and we know no one is perfect, but his image was. And then something goes down, and before we know verdict, before we know real story from fake and all that stuff, look how they flipped on him. That's what he's trying to say. Now, then that evolved to the next level, the next angle, which is like with Iverson. You basically was like, yo, who is perfect? I don't know what happened. Let's listen. And then that's where they're going to pick up from.
He had to do nothing. Right. I don't know if he did nothing, and I don't think he did nothing. Honestly, I don't think he did nothing. I know he didn't do that in my heart. I know he didn't. But he found out that Kobe Bryant is Kobe Bryant just like everybody else in the world. If he didn't do what he did, look what he went through. Every black man go through that. Not doing something and then having to go to jail and find out, okay, he didn't do it, then let him out.
I was getting ready to ask you.
No, not every black man, but blah, blah, blah. He did. Iverson had that big brawl in high school, we all know. So, I mean, look, our experience is our expertise. Once again, you always the N-word. Ice Cube is still in my head, back of my mind, always saying stuff like that. He just said every black man goes through that. Now every black man, but we got to get past that. That's a whole different conversation. Maybe that comes up when Stephen A. Smith and Whitlock are talking about their stuff later in the show. What I take from that is this. The obvious, what we all know, which is nobody's perfect. Please don't believe all these idols and images that you see. It's impossible not to get caught up in influence because you're bombarded by them, right? Look, I got some people like that rock with me every day, right? Shout out to Stomp. Stomp is here every day. I'm certain that there's some things that I'm saying that Stomp is taking with him, right? And if Stomp had a show that I watched a lot or every day like he does, there's some stuff I'm going to take away from you. Simple as that. Right? When I watch LeBron and imagery, I think about, wow, he's still with his wife. I wonder if they cheated. I wonder if, they've been together forever, if he ever dated somebody else. I wonder if they argue every night. I mean, I'm like, you're a human being. I'm assuming y'all arguing. I'm assuming sometimes some girl looked at you and you looked at her like, and Savannah was like, what you looking at, LeBron? I'm like, I just assume all this. But I still look at the grander imagery in an ideal sense because I don't want to date my fantasies. I've learned the hard way. I have dated a fantasy or two. It is always real. And you were like, what? That's it? And they saying the same to you. That's it? Literally a couple of days ago, I'm at the gym with my son. He's practicing doing his group sessions. And it is, I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to say her name because I still know her now. It's a mama in there that's just too fine. You're like, what the hell? And I'm not speaking because it's all these parents. And if I ain't going to speak to all these parents, well, I'm going to speak to the super fine one first. You know what I mean? Like, so we just watching our kids. You talk to who you know. But then she leaned forward, and then I'm like, okay. And then I was talking to this little kid next to her, and then I was like, oh. So then she kind of gave me the look like, I was like, oh, man, I got to say hi. Now I'm avoiding the fine girl. That's mean. So I'm like, hello. I was like, which one is your kid? And she was like, that kid right there. And then she started telling me how he didn't want to play and all this, but now he back at it and stuff. And then she says this out of nowhere. She says, you don't remember me, but I went to your parties and I knew you way back when you were playing. And I looked, I said, whoa. I said, what? She's like, yeah, for real. I was like, oh, you wasn't going to say nothing? You wasn't going to say, I walked by you already and then I sat over there. Just how the world goes. That just makes me think like there's always so many layers. You can talk yourself in and out of everything, right? You see that super fine girl, you're like, nah, she probably married. No, she not married. She ain't got a ring on. But she probably dated. And then all you gotta do is say hi. It's like everybody's the same. We just look different, act different, doing different, but we uniquely the same. All right, now that's that whole conversation. Let's table that. My whole vantage point is this. I'm not fooled by anybody. I'm not surprised by anything. That's 51 years of life telling me you ain't gonna sucker me, okay? Okay? There are things that people have done, you're like, I can't believe they did it. And there's things that people have done, you be like, wow, that's amazing in a good way and a bad way. And then some people get lied on, some people get the truth told on them. What did Kendrick say? Keep telling lies about me and I tell the truth about you, right? So just don't be surprised if your favorite basketball player also makes horrible political decisions, or also is a bad husband, or also loves to go to Roscoe's and get lit. I mean, like, just don't be surprised. He's a person first. We all were the same in the same junior high, high school, chasing the same Tiffany Cambridges. We all the same person. Just it ends different, but it looks different. It's the same. All right. Now, you know what looks different? Dan Le Batard's show. What is going on? We got to get into that. So we're going to do that next. Dan Le Batard's show. I'm going to skip over some of these other topics because I'm trying to stay disciplined. God, we got a gang of good topics. So many that we skipping over like 6 great ones. But this is this show. I want y'all to know this is a variety show. Even though if it looks like the head topic is like, oh, Allen Iverson talking about LeBron 21 years ago. You know we going way off that reservation. Just know that. Tell your friends too. Let's go. Dan Le Batard. No more Stugotz. Message to our fans. I like that. Production elements. All right.
So this is many months overdue, but I am here to announce, unfortunately, that Stugotz's name is going to have to come off the show. We're going to remain a loud, vibrant, colorful thing, but our imaging has gone stale and no longer reflecting the show in its current form, so it'll be different when we return to work on Monday with the knowledge that wherever there's pain, there's always an invitation to grow. If I'm being totally honest, though, the delay in removing his name and the silence surrounding it has been because I've been desperately trying to find all the ways to prevent and avoid it.
This is real depth right here. This is vulnerability, y'all. Even though you may be on one side or the other, we're going to get there later. I understand how people are. One is right, one's wrong. But the point is, and this is about love. Love is not just what you feel and show. It's also the discovery of who you are and what you're going to know about yourself. That's why pain hurt. I mean, that's why love hurts. And that's why it's a thin line between love and hate. The same person you love is the same person you're going to hurt in many ways, and vice versa. Like, if you really think about it. And then some of those statistics that are out there that, you know, a lot of the crimes and a lot of the issues and incidents happen to people you actually know, care about, love. You get a gun in your home, there's a chance that you're going to hurt somebody you know and love more than the stranger who coming in on stranger danger. Just giving you how the whole perspective is. Loving the fact that he's leading with his vulnerability. Hey, I've been trying to get this right, and then now we're here. Let's talk through it.
It's a costume I've been wearing for almost a year now, quietly, and it is even itchier and more uncomfortable than the New York Knicks ones I've been wearing lately. Feels about as clownish, too. This is not the correct way to say goodbye after more than 2 decades with him, so he and I will continue to try to figure out a reunion, and I remain hopeful he'll continue to be a part of what we're doing eventually, and know he'll always be welcome. But I got to admit now, we are not what we once were.
Okay, don't get mad at Dan because I think this is heartfelt. I see you in the comments. He's reading off a teleprompter. Yeah, that's because he wants to be exact. You're right. He wants to be precise. This is obviously huge news. Like, they built the empire off of their names, and now you got to say, hey, you know, Rome is crumbling or Rome is shifting direction without one of the partners. And he's a hell of a writer, so why not write something from the heart and then actually go out there and do it? So let's not get lost in the sauce. Let him continue.
Pretending otherwise is not loyalty, it's denial. While we're here, though, I would like to explain some things about where we've been, where we are, and where we're going with this truly breathtaking thing you've allowed us to build here over nearly 22 years. It's legitimately hard to fathom that we now have a national media company in the heart of my hometown, a stable media thing in the most unstable media climate of my lifetime. 100% independent, a safe creative space for people I care about to keep creating, inventing, grinding, pushing. We're somehow bigger than we've ever been after leaving the worldwide leader in sports, available in more places, reaching more people, having somehow grown from a little radio show that was once on just one AM station in Miami. We now have offices in New York where Pablo Torre and his team have now won a Pulitzer Prize that's lit a fire across every corner of this company to look hard at what we're making and make it better.
Man, listen to what he's saying, y'all. The man was at ESPN, and he's like, it's better now. This is why everybody's on that mission in the independent space, being fueled by what Dan Le Batard is talking about, what Pat McAfee has accomplished and continues to accomplish, and many countless others as we see the transition or disruption of traditional media. Keep going, bro.
Show included. All of that would have seemed almost totally impossible to me once upon a time. Totally impossible, not even a dream, but it's all so for one reason above all others. You. This is such an intimate thing we do every day, living inside your head. Some of you have been with us 10, 20 years. I do not have a lot of relationships like that in my life, but the ones that are that long, they're the most meaningful. You have a lot of entertainment options, more than ever. And I'm guessing you don't have a lot of entertainment relationships that require the investment this one does. So we're in a committed relationship, you and us, and I know that comes with expectations and responsibilities for me. But here's what I've learned about long-term commitment. The ones that last are not the ones that stay exactly the same. The moment you stop growing together is the moment you start growing apart.
Blah, blah, blah. All right, we got a part 2 that. Because that turned into more of Dan saying, I got to let you guys know that things going to look different. But make sure y'all rock with me, and I'll explain that. And he hasn't gotten to the meat of that yet. Now, I understand what you guys were saying in the chat. Y'all like, dog, he reading off a prompter. He just trying to recruit more people. I understand what you're saying. And look, for me, if I had a choice, I'd rather him just go up there and freestyle for 6 minutes. And because that's more attractive to me, because that connects to me, because I know you're in this moment. I can see your vulnerabilities. I can see your issues. I can see your imperfections. I know you're going to stumble over a word or two. I know that you're going to go off a tangent. Like, I love normal conversations. Scripted like that turns out like that. Like, okay, you're very intentional. And there's a time and place for that. I just much rather and prefer you just go off the cuff, because I know that's going to just come from the archive of all your experiences, not sometimes something that you can contrive or redirect. We didn't get to the meat of it yet. Kind of upset. We got time, though. Y'all want to go back? Yeah, let's go. Let's finish it off. I just had to get a little pit stop, let you know. I'm picking up what y'all putting down. Let's go.
If we just kept doing exactly what we did from day one, you would be right to wonder if we were really paying attention to the way you care or your investment at all. The most consistent thing about our show has never been how or when or why people leave. The most consistent thing about our show is that somehow you stay, no matter the storm. We've changed studios 3 times. We've changed executive producers 4. Some of you have been with us long enough to remember a time when the producers did not speak at all. There has been upheaval all around us for more than 20 years, most of it concealed in the name of protecting the escape of the laughter. But I'd argue it's very rare to endure in something as competitive as entertainment for this long without upheaval. For those of you who want this show to feel as it always has, familiar and comfortable as your favorite chair, I get it, I understand, but I'm afraid this is where our drift begins.
He's staying high level, y'all. He keeping it Goodell. He keeping it Roger Goodell right now. And look, he's the face and he's the lead partner. I'm assuming not the CEO necessarily, because that used to be. Look at me getting hit in the head too many times. CTE, he left. He used to be at ESPN. My guy went to Columbia, too. This is the worst. Anyway, somebody help me out. He left months ago, if not a year ago. Dan's the face of it. Dan runs this thing. Dan's trying to let you guys know, keep rocking with me, even though we got some turbulence right now. This is the captain speaking.
The single surest way, I believe, to destroy anything or anyone you care about is to stop building with them. Everything from learning to love can die without a commitment to growth. Change is uncomfortable, yes, of course, especially in a medium as intimate and foundationally familiar as this one.
Preach. He just said something there, y'all. If y'all ain't committed to growing, like we gonna get through this, growing pains, let it go. If y'all ain't gonna get through it, don't go through it. Because y'all ain't going to do it together.
But change is also something kind of required in any kind of expansion. So, yeah, we're going to look different on Monday because we are different. Because come what may, no matter how hard, no matter the day, the year, or the decade, different is what we're always aspiring to be.
Blah, blah, blah. Dang. Like, you ever do that? You be like, dang, he ain't tell me what happened. Now I know Stugotz said there was one thing on the contract that they wanted to get through and they couldn't agree on it, so they didn't. Typically, that's equity. Typically, like, it's some big money, big future power play. It's nature. It ain't, oh, can you change the font on my name on the on the show? No. It's not, oh, can I get a more of a wardrobe budget? Like, it's not that. Man, now he went straight founder mode. Like, this is my company. I ain't losing my company. I ain't losing what makes my company, which is all you who support us, etc. Okay. All right. Y'all beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you think. I heard you. Man, Batard, just saying it's going to be different. It's going to look different. Okay, let's see this one. Stephen A. Smith, you and Whitlock certainly have had a war of words. I guess the war continues. World War IV. Let's go.
Hell is wrong with looking at yourself as black first before you're anything else. Black before you're American.
Stephen A. Smith is a cancer to the American media. What are we talking about? This whole black first identity, that's a victim first identity. He's promoting a victim first identity while claiming to be a Christian. Show me anywhere in the Bible where Christians are supposed to take on a victim first mentality.
Okay, right there, you got to know what he just pretzeled, which is unfortunate, but he did. The conversation is Stephen A. Smith, who was talking about like identity, and he's had this debate going on, him and a couple people online I've seen different, where Stephen A. is like, look, first, not American first, and the other people saying I'm American first and the black first. Some people say I'm just a human being. All this conversation I've seen the father. I can show you other clips. But then that gets taken into religion, and we all went from now identity to religion, and this is where we are. Continue. This is interesting.
American black people have painted their brand and attached their entire identity to I'm a victim. We've never been victims. All these DEI jobs, all these affirmative action jobs, trust me, if being black were a detriment, people wouldn't brag about being black. There's no victimhood in Christianity. There's no victory in victimhood.
What the hell is wrong?
Blah, blah, blah. Woo, spicy chicken nuggets here. Okay. Once you hear the word all, then obviously, this is what our problem is. We speak in these absolutes. We hear in these absolutes the totality of every situation, because I know you're sitting there. There's a lot of people who are listening and watching right now that ain't even black. So they're like, what are y'all talking about? And then there's people who are black hearing this and saying, not all black people think that way. Not all black people are victims. Y'all know me. Am I a victim? Man, everything come my way. I'm like, all right, it's time to bench press. Get this shit up off me. Let's go. Right? So, but there is a narrative. There is a majority, a minority. It's just enough to say either it's a loud minority or it's a silent majority that you can attribute those attributes to. Victimhood. And victimhood is pervasive because it's not just black people, because, you know, you can always see, we showed you a video 2 days ago where this guy was over there supporting that as well, and he was a white guy. So there's always somebody that's going to sit there and say, oh, woe is you. I don't even want to talk about that layer because it's fatiguing. The layer I want to talk about is when people do that, why? What's the motivation? And there's a motivation to be connected in empathy and to say, oh, the only reason you really did bad on that test is because that test is not for you. Or, oh, the reason you did bad on that test is because, guess what? They don't even understand what you've been through. You had a hard day. You had a hard week. You had a hard life. What's the motivation of saying that instead of saying, hey, man, you better study or else you're going to be dumb? Like, what? Hey, man, you better get your grades up. Hey, man, you better go home. Well, he doesn't have the same home as you. Yeah, but we all have the same amount of time in a day. You got to start saying what we do have in common, not what we don't, right? We all got the same book from the class, right? Think about it. Now, you got a greater environment. Yours is quiet. Yours is chaotic. Well, you're going to have to find peace in the chaos. As my friend, who's a valedictorian, who graduated early from Cornell University and a master's, You got to find your way if you want it. And that's the toughest thing about all these conversations is to try and measure desire because of circumstances. It's tough. Some people got a smoother road to get there. And you're like, he born on third base. Yeah, but he didn't round home. And then some people born on third base and they round home and keep going. And some people are not born anywhere near the damn stadium and they find themselves rounding home. Desires, man. Desires. And you can't legislate them. So that's why politics and desires don't ever mix. You can't put enough programs out there to make all these kids want to do it. Trust me. I live where they used to have all these damn programs. I'll be like, everybody don't want that. You can pour all this money and you won't. You ain't going to force them to do it. But then there's people you won't give them anything, any assistance, and they're going to go get it. Isn't that the beauty of this? That's the beauty of it. All right, let's keep it spicy. Let's keep it spicy. White House. Uh-oh. Goodness. The end of this show is just hot fire.
Josh Hart ain't going. He ain't going. There's no way in 2020 you can tweet, get Trump's dumb ass out the White House, and then you backpedal better than Deion.
Didn't know Josh Hart tweeted that, but oops. It's going to be an interesting, Trump and any administration, they know who's coming because like the FBI, just like they had the UFC Freedom 250, the FBI knew a week before somebody was trying to bomb or try to do those drones and all that, trying to really do some damage at the U.S. They know what your background is. Your digital footprint can never be erased. Just know that. So if Josh Hart does show up, it's going to be interesting. Trump, and Trump's the type of president that's going to say, hey, man, how you feel about that tweet from 2020? Remember that?
Ain't no way you tweet that Josh Hart and then now you going to go? You have had a change of heart? And so at some point, you got to stand on what you stand on. So I'd be shocked if Josh Hart attends. That will be shocking to me. There's no way that I tweet that and now I reverse course and say, well, now that we've won a championship, I'm going to go ahead and go.
Well, I think there is a way to reverse course. It's like, he's made better decisions, or I've gotten enlightened, or I just said that kind of out of narrative, or look, the honor is grander than how I personally felt at that time, which is 6 years younger. Like, there's a lot of ways. It doesn't have to be just, the championship is why I got ushered into thinking you're cool in my face. But I understand in this whole 10 toes down. See, 10 toes down replace snitches get stitches, which both are stupid. I'm not putting 10 toes down on anything unless it's my family. All these ideas that can change by the day. Oh, you think that LeBron is better than Jordan? Well, stand on it. Why stand on it? I just think that. Because what if LeBron does something that makes me say, I don't know about that? Like, Jordan ain't playing no more, so we got to leave that one alone. Right now, who's the better player, Wemby or Jalen Brunson? This is a better example. Well, I say it's Wemby. He was the face of the NBA going into it, or at least ushered into it, and now he lost, but I still think it's Wemby. 10 toes down. And then you see Wemby lose to Jalen Brunson, and you're like, I can't change my opinion. Yes, you can. It's Jalen Brunson now. Or you can say, it's not Jalen Brunson because, look, Wemby is still better. Like, you can. Snitches get stitches was stupid because guess what? If you do something, I got to actually go down with you instead of go down with my family who needs me, but I'm rotting away in jail or scared for my life because I told it wasn't me. It was your ass. Stupid. Another stupid one, 10 toes down. Dog, you mean you're not going to be pliable? You're not going to have new evidence to have new information?
No, there's no way you can reverse course and say, I don't feel this way anymore.
This was tweeted almost 6 years ago.
I don't give a damn if it was tweeted 12 years ago.
Can't you give him the grace to change his mind?
No.
And he's a Knicks fan. Like, Trump's a Knicks fan. I think there's a lot of ways to worm out of this if you really got to worm it, other than standing 10 toes down and say, I changed my mind. What happened to that? That's so like 1980s, I guess, huh? I changed my mind.
Because has the president changed his ways? So if he hasn't changed his ways, why would you change your mind?
I think, I don't know if the president changed his ways because I don't know what he thought about him in 2020. I shouldn't do this. But no one's doing the same thing they did in 2020. So, like, something changed. I don't know if it's for the good or for the bad. All right, beat up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. And speaking of comments, this is how we're going to end this show now. People like this so much, we're going to end the show with this, which is your comments. Okay, so let's get into it. First ones first, and then we out of here. From yesterday, we did the topics, and y'all know what it is. Dan Le Batard, and this topic of he was the biggest problem in sports media, right? And it was the fact that we don't know real from fake journalism. We don't know what's real from fake. Y'all know that everybody's saying Jalen Brunson getting shopped for Giannis, and then a real reporter comes out of Boston and says, they're not shopping Jalen Brunson. Made Dan Le Batard say, oh, we don't know real from fake in sports journalism. So your comments are this. Dan didn't even report on his friend Diane. Oh, you're talking about Diana Rossini. Which, wow, that story's still going on, but we haven't talked about it. Dan didn't even report on his friend Diane. Selective journalism is what that is. Hey, that's my friend. I'm not going to talk about him. It is what it is, right? I mean, look, everyone's their own creator, their own platform, their own network now with independent media. As much as I stand 10 toes down and say that's weak, I actually understand that election. I understand that he's like, I'm not going to talk about her because guess what? There's no way to talk about her, and there is a way, but he's going to say there's no way to talk about her without my bias. So I'm not even doing reporting. I'm not talking about it. I'm just letting you know I like somebody who went through some scandal, right? But the integrity, I like it where we talk about all things. I talk about everybody and everything, but everybody ain't for that. And it's okay. We can still go to the same party. Welcome to the locker room. Everybody in this locker room ain't going down on kickoff and knocking somebody out. Some people don't want to play kickoff. They want to be on kickoff return and get the ball and take off and get a touchdown. We can do this together. We all ain't got to do the same thing. Everybody ain't got to be Rambro, right? Right. All right, here we go. Getting it wrong isn't the problem. The funk and lies are the problem. In the media, print and broadcast use lies to create narratives for their own self-interest. Yes, that's a better comment for me. It's because people in the media will say sources. People in the media will say, I heard. People in the media, and they ain't. They just woke up that day and say, dawg, I need to stir this shit up. And then they just start going. I know it for fact. I've never done that. People accused me of doing that when I was telling them about the Kendrick Lamar-Drake beef. And I told them that in 2013. I was like, dog, I'm on set interviewing Drake, Max Kellerman and I'm interviewing Drake. He's killing Kendrick Lamar. We're sitting there taping it. And I'm like, dog, when this airs, the world is going to change and rap it. Hip-hop is going to change. And then he's like, nah, I did too much. I don't want that out. And we're like, why not? You said it. You believe it. Do it. You're a rapper. And you're a rapper. It's like, dog, who's a rapper taking back what he says? The only thing that could be worse is a comedian taking back what they say. I'm like, what are you doing? You want to eat the joke? What are you doing? So then he called upstairs and he told him. He was like, look, I'm hosting the ESPYs. That's why I'm even doing this interview. If y'all let that interview go, no ESPYs for you. So they didn't put it out. I don't know where it is. I wasn't high enough in the internal infrastructure of ESPN to have the interview saved and archived. I mean, they deleted it somewhere, but I bet you if the FBI needed it, they know where that digital footprint is. I bet you. There are too many people in the room that know it. Now, the details of that, people were like, Marcellus, come on, you ain't no evidence. I was like, I ain't gotta argue with you. I'm just telling you what I experienced. It ain't that deep. So I called Top Dog right after, because West Side, boy, you know what I'm saying? That's the homie. So I was like, Top, what y'all got going on with Drake? Because I didn't know it was like this. I just know you had a control verse. I didn't know it was that deep. He was like, oh, don't tell nobody. And that's why I didn't say nothing at first, because I was like, all right, y'all must gonna go get him. They waited 10 years. I was like, golly, that's a long time. All right, here we go. Let's get to this topic right here. Remember Vince Goodwill, who went there and called the New York Knicks championship a participation trophy? That's one of the nastiest feelings I've had in sports media. He says, here's a comment. My main problem with what Vince said is that I'm 100% certain he wouldn't have said that if the Spurs had won a title. Huh. Oh, so you saying it was a fame drop. Like the Knicks win, let me poo-poo the Knicks. You know, let me clown the MVP of the team. Let me clown the man, the captain of the football team. Let me clown the prettiest girl at school because I get more response from that. Interesting. I never even thought about that angle, but I know it's going down in history as one of the worst comments ever. However, I also saw him yesterday living life, sunglasses on. That's why I'm not a hater. At the New York Knicks parade, interviewing everybody. So obviously ESPN is cool with it. They probably was like, hey, your name out there now. Good stuff. Keep it going. Because incentives shape behavior. So if he ain't gonna get the consequences of it in a negative way, he gonna do it again. Come on now. If they over there propping him up, he gonna do it again. That's Willie and Lester, the black ventriloquist comic. Nope to dope, ugh to drugs. Oh, somebody caught it. Somebody caught it. Good. Because he looks just like that guy. Let's get one more. No wonder ex-players have an issue with non-players commenting. Vinny is responsible for all the stuff Ryan Clark says and laughs. You imagine if, who's with us? I can't even say any art. Imagine you at home and you know you are a master of your craft. And then you watch somebody who has watched and been to a lot of arts and crafts festivals. And then they get on TV, they get a huge platform, and they act like what a master craftsman has done is weak. It sucks. Anybody can do that. You're like, do you know how hard it is to just be, let alone be me? And that's how athletes feel when they watch stuff like this. It's like, you imagine? Like you sitting at home and you're like, I'm the best in the world doing something. And then somebody just says, anybody can do that. Whoa, Kimosabe. Whoa, Kimosabe. Last one about the whole show that we did yesterday, which was LeBron to the Spurs by Skip Bayless. People was like, Skip be sleeping on his own show, so why should we care? Hey, bro, that dude was right on a lot of stuff he was saying when you flip-flop on certain situations and stances. People see that, and he been analyzing your analog for a long time, Marcellus. You heard me? All caps always gets me. I get it. I am going to flip-flop. I like flip-flopping. Not the way probably you're characterizing it, but I want to be someone who is pliable. I don't want to be so stubborn that I'm stuck in my thought and I think I know the way. I know there's a lot of ways to the top, many pathways. Go hiking. Today, go hiking. And then go one way. And you're going to see at the top, once you get to the top, look down. You'll be like, oh, I didn't know there was a trail over there, trail over there, trail over there, trail over there. It's a lot of ways to the top, brother. So you call it flip-flopping, I'm saying taking a different trail, taking a different path. But more importantly than that, I do have a certain way of thinking. And it's not going to be affected by emotions. It's not going to be affected by how you feel. It's only going to be affected by your logic. That's just me. You can change my mind, but it better be logical. Emotionally, I'm looking at you like, are you finished crying? I had to do this with my daughter yesterday. Once again, we had our workbook sessions. Once again, she's taking forever to do stuff I know she does. She can do. She's embarrassed, right? Kids are embarrassed. They don't want their brothers laughing at them, their sisters laughing at them. They're trying to read. They can't read. This is how kids read. Hey, bro, hat, ooh, was rigga hit. And I'm like, baby, right or wrong, keep your confidence, okay? You're learning. You're going to fall off the bike. You're going to fall off your skates. You're learning. So that's where that is. That's where it comes from for me. You talking about numbers. I don't want to do numbers. I want to do some ideas. What is this? Let's go here. Man, another big caps. Man, Perkins is dope as AF. He grew on me. He's everywhere now, even on Pat's show. I thought Stephen A. Smith was going to say something about that, but nah, he still goes on there. Big body Brunson. It's smart. It's smart. But peep this. It's smart for all of them to work together from ESPN's perspective. But there was some blockage. Something happened between Stephen A. Smith and Pat McAfee. They've discussed it before. They try to say it wasn't a big deal, but the effect was you didn't see people from Stephen A. Smith's side rocking with Pat McAfee's side. Be real. And you knew it was one way. You knew McAfee would let his people go over there, whatever that was, but Stephen A. wasn't letting Perkins and Ryan Clarks and all them. You know how it goes. But then I think Stephen A. Smith gets his money. He understands, like, why am I'm doing so much. What am I doing? And Perk went on there before, killed it, and then it's like, go ahead, dog. Somehow, some way, if things change, someone made a mental change and allowed. Because if not, they would have always been that way. They would have always been on each other's shows. So now maybe Stephen A. Smith feels more secure or because he got the money, or maybe he's just like, dog, it's pettiness. Sometimes you do wake up, as TJ was talking about with Josh Hart. You wake up and things change. 6 years ago, you said something that now you change your mind. A year ago, you said, nah, Perk, I prefer you not to. And now you're like, I prefer you do it. Simple as that. All right, y'all. Love for everybody who rocks with me. Any more topics? Good list. I went a little longer because I saw a couple of y'all in the comments saying, Marcellus, who said that? I got to give you love. I'm sorry, baby. Super chat time. Kenton Powell said, my personal opinion, I appreciate you making the show run longer. Just saying, big dog. Thank you for the super chat. And that's why I did it, because you did it. See, a super chat make me do anything. I take this shirt off. Oh, my God. Megan Thee Stallion at Denny's is hilarious. Give me that sausage. Give me that sausage, guys. What? Oh, my God. Love for y'all, man. Keep rocking with your boy. We're going to keep doing this show. I figured out, I think, 99% how to do this show on the road. Oh, my God. That's going to be hilarious. It might be even better than this because, boy, on the road, I'm waking up or not going to bed and just getting up straight up 5 in the morning. I might make those shows later. I can't lie. If I'm on the road, I lose my biological body clock. I'm sleeping in. Them shades in them hotels, oh, it'd be pitch black. Oh, it'd be dark up in there. It'd be black. And I'll be like, oh, their beds are better than your bed. Admit it. Every hotel bed I sleep in now is better than my bed. I'm like, damn, where y'all buy these beds? Sick with it. So if I do a road show, trust me, it's going to be fun and it's going to be later. Love y'all, man. Have a great day. Peace.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I think the verse.
Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation. So
y'all wrong. Y'all like me doing. Paul.